Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? And I'm sitting like this, it's getting serious. Pain is the currency of change that you have to pay. Pain is the currency that you have to pay for change. And pain manifests when effort meets resistance. Charlie Morgan's words, very powerful. The past 3 to 4 years, I've been trying to find ways to get myself to work without much pain. And I think I've been doing it the wrong way. So I've been trying to find ways around the pain to get myself to work, but the only way around it is through. If you ask yourself, what are you? You're just an aggregate of beliefs around multiple things in your life. I don't know, 1,000, 10,000, a million beliefs that you have around things in your life, around yourself, around success, around work, around relationships, around love, around ideas, so many things. And for you to change, you change your beliefs. And when you act out of alignment with those beliefs, pain happens because then effort meets resistance. So, what I've learned recently is that your identity, your beliefs, that aggregate kind of is a living organism. And any living organism has survivorship bias. So it tries to survive. It doesn't want to die. And I know it sounds woo woo and delulu, but it is the solulu. It is a solution. When you try to change, you are experiencing cognitive dissonance. So if you believe that you are lazy, if you believe that you're not someone that sticks to their habits, what happens is when you start sticking to them for quite a period of time, I don't know, let's say the longest you've stuck to your habits is a week. When you do it for a week and a half, when you do it for two, when you're going well, um, the fears, the doubts, the excuses your brain is going to give you to fall back into who you used to be, those are just your current identity trying to survive. And that is resistance. And if you try to meet that resistance with effort, pain is going to occur. And so I've been trying to meet that resistance with effort first for a long time. And whenever pain occurs, I took it as a negative thing. And it's funny because 2 years ago, I was made aware of this concept of, of pain and it's the currency of change and all of that, but I didn't really understand it until last week. Because I was like, it was so weird. Like the experience that I had was just like, what? It just made me wonder. Because I also started to meditate, and usually when I meditate, I'm more aware of the behaviors that I partake in and the thoughts that I have and all that. If you know, you know. If you tried meditation, you know what I'm talking about. You're more aware of what goes through your mind. It's kind of like you start to have a filter, and whatever you do goes through that filter first. Whatever you think goes through that filter first. So you kind of have some ability, more ability to reflect on what you're doing and what you're thinking. And last week, for 5 days straight, I worked for 10 hours. Fifth day, I think I did 8 or 7. And then I just went into a spiral of destructive behavior. So I'm talking like behavior that I didn't even do before. If I did before, I did more than, I just did like 10x. So if it was like one cheat meal, When I wasn't supposed to, I just ate like shit the whole day. Um, if it was not mounting the manicore, I just did it multiple times. And if you don't know what mounting the manicore is, now you know. Also, I binge watched Saul Goodman, Better Call Saul. It was just like me doing everything to destruct, or sorry, to destroy what I spent 5 days building. And I was shocked by me doing that. Like, why was I doing it? Why am I partaking in this behavior? It's like if I want to chill, if I worked so hard these past 5 days, I could have just chilled for a day, watched something, and then come back to it the next day. But I didn't want to. I just wanted to continue destroying myself and going back to who I used to be. It's like that momentum. Not only did I stop the momentum or have it dip a little bit, but I wanted. It's like what I was doing was meant to take it back to square one. Was meant to take it back to zero. So I had to build it again. And that's what my life has been in the past 3 years. It's been ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. And even in the, that's the macro. And even in the micro, it's been ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and it's like, it's been going like that for the past 3 to 4 years. And I was so shocked by it that I had to research and try to understand what the heck was that? What is it? Why did I do that? And it's like, and then it came to me that there have been so many things that I tried to change in the past 3 to 4 years, and I've been successful in quite a few of them, but not as much as I wanted to, and in some other areas, not really. I haven't really made a change in that. Um, it's like there are a few things I made a change, and I used to not work at all. Now I'm probably working an average of 3 to 4 hours a day. I used to not read. Now I read. I used to be unable to focus. Now I can focus. I've been unable to say no to a few things. Now I can. But the progress has just been so slow, and it's been met with these destructive behaviors that are just there to put me back in square one, put me back in my place, put me back, or put me back in who, yeah, put me back in my place. Just make me who I am. It's like there's this part of me that's just like, this is who you are. You're gonna stay like this. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I was so shocked that I was partaking in those behaviors that I had to understand where it came from. And I don't know how I stumbled on it, but I think I watched Charlie Morgan's video and I asked ChatGPT. I was like, well, I do this, and like after I tried to destroy myself, like why? Well, what is it? And then it brought up identity, and now I remember, and it reminded me of what I saw or what I heard from Charlie Morgan's videos, and I was like, let me watch that again, and I did, and I completely understood why I was doing what I was doing. So basically, what happens is you have this identity right now. And what happens is when you try to change it by becoming someone new, so we act in alignment with our beliefs. Our beliefs makes us who we are. So if you want to become someone different, we have to change the beliefs. And then we're going to act in alignment. We have to change those beliefs and align them with what we want to do. So that when we act on those beliefs, we're not acting out of alignment. Bear with me a second. So if you say you're lazy and you try to work hard, what's going to happen is you're going to experience some sort of cognitive dissonance, which is very painful. And then you're going to try to go back to who you were. And it's like you're not really going to do that in the most conscious way. It's like you're going to have those doubts and fears and thoughts popping up of like, hey, you should rest, or you work so hard, let's rest today. It's like the next day you're not going to feel like working. It's like, well, let's do 2 days of rest, and then it's going to continue to spiral, and you're going to go back to your comfort zone because that's where you feel comfort. And the way to go around this is just to push through it. It's the work just needs doing, but not just like that. It's like the more you partake in a behavior, the more it becomes normal, the more it starts to integrate with who you are because you shift your beliefs. So if you've been working hard for a week, your brain is probably not going to believe that you're a hardworking person. But if you work hard for 3 months in a row and you take a little, one day off here, one day off there, or you probably do it for 6 months or 9 months, your brain is going to start to align more with the thought that you are a hardworking person than you're not. Because for the last 6 months, it's know nothing about you besides I'm not making sense. But you get my point. It's like for the past 6 months, you've only been working hard. And at a certain point it's going to integrate. And that fucking 6 months, that is going to be the most painful. You're acting out of alignment with who you are. You're experiencing cognitive dissonance. So that's why pain is the currency that you have to pay for change. And what happens is when you act out of alignment with your beliefs, you experience cognitive dissonance, which is pain. Sorry, which is resistance. And you have to meet that with effort, and pain occurs. So the next 6 months in my life are going to be very painful. But I'm prepared for that. I don't want to be who I am anymore. It's like it fucking like destroyed me. My destructive behaviors destroyed me, not in the sense, not in the way you would think, but in the way that I was just like, why the fuck am I doing that? Why? Why can't I just work and continue to work, continue to be like that? It's because it has to change. So, hope that makes sense, guys. This was very raw, unedited, just me speaking my mind. If you like this, if you want to see more content like that, make sure to like and subscribe, and fuck off.